People always laughed
Get 'em,
at the gray
Bubbles.
duck in our backyard because she seemed to hate the little dog who lived with her. Every time he ran over, she would turn away, quack in annoyance, and waddle off like she wanted nothing to do with him. Everyone thought they were the world's most unlikely roommates. But the day that little dog suddenly stopped coming outside, the one who couldn't seem to sit still was the duck herself. That's when we realized something surprising. Sometimes the friendships that look like nothing but constant arguments are the ones that mean the most. The little dog's name was Milo, and he was full of endless energy. Every morning, the moment the back door opened, he would race into the yard, sprint around the garden, and then begin his daily mission, finding Rosie. Rosie, the calm gray duck with her slow waddle and permanently serious expression, never seemed excited to see him. Milo always found her within seconds. Sometimes she was sunbathing in the grass. Other times she was searching for food near the pond. Without hesitation, Milo would run over and gently touch her soft gray feathers with his nose, as if saying, "Good morning." Rosie would simply glance at him, turn away, and continue walking.
Good job, Rufus. Milo, where are you going?
But Milo never took the hint. If Rosie walked one step, Milo took two. If she changed direction, he followed. Sometimes Rosie had barely settled down to rest before Milo happily flopped down beside her. Rosie would immediately stand up and walk away, while Milo wagged his tail like he had done something wonderful. Everyone in the family laughed whenever they watched the two of them. We often joked that Rosie must have accidentally ended up with the world's most annoying little brother. But something strange became impossible to ignore. Even though Rosie always acted irritated, she never truly left Milo behind. If he got distracted digging holes or running through the yard, Rosie would quietly stop a few yards away and glance back, waiting until he caught up. Day after day, the backyard looked exactly the same. A hyper little dog running behind, a serious gray duck leading the way. To strangers, they looked completely opposite, but the people who lived with them realized they almost never let each other out of sight for very long. Whenever something unfamiliar made a noise beyond the fence, Milo barked first. Rosie immediately lifted her head and looked in the same direction. When Rosie wandered down to the pond, Milo stood nearby watching her. And whenever Milo wandered too far away, Rosie slowly followed after him. No one taught them to look out for each other. Somehow, they just did. Then, one morning, everything changed. The back door opened, but Milo never came running outside. Rosie followed her usual path through the yard, around the old tree, and across the grass before suddenly stopping. She stared toward the place where Milo always appeared. That morning, it was empty.
What are you doing? How's your day going? Not a lot to say, huh?
Rosie walked another lap around the yard, then another. Every few minutes, she looked back toward the house, almost as if she were waiting for someone. That's when we realized Milo had injured his leg after one of his wild adventures, and the veterinarian had ordered him to stay inside and rest for several days.
No, Bubbles! No, you can't come. Bubbles! No.
What surprised everyone was that Rosie didn't return to her favorite pond. Instead, she stood outside the glass door for a long time. After a few moments, she gently tapped her bill against the glass. Once, then twice. almost as if she were asking, "Why aren't you coming outside today?"
Come on. Ready, set. Good boy.
When the door finally opened, Milo slowly limped outside. His tail wagged just as fast as always, but his injured leg wouldn't let him run. Rosie didn't turn away this time. She simply stood there and waited for him. Milo gently pressed his nose against her neck and let out a relieved sigh, as if he had finally found the friend he had been missing. From that day on, Rosie seemed to walk a little slower. Before, Milo always had to run to keep up with her. Now, she somehow kept a pace that allowed him to stay right beside her. Whether it was intentional or not, no one could say, but the distance between them had never been smaller. A few weeks later, Milo's leg had completely healed, and he was back to racing around the yard as if nothing had ever happened. Rosie returned to her usual grumpy routine, too. She still glared at him, still walked away whenever he became too playful, and still acted like he annoyed her. But anyone paying close attention noticed one thing. No matter where she went, Rosie always made sure Milo was still following behind. Videos of their daily life soon made millions of people smile. Some viewers joked that Rosie looked like a strict aunt constantly babysitting her mischievous nephew. Others said Milo simply had no concept of personal space. But the longer people watched, the more they realized it wasn't mindless chasing at all. It had quietly become a habit built on trust. Animals can't say, "I missed you." They don't hug each other every day to show affection. Instead, they have their own language. One always shows up first every morning. The other always looks back to make sure their friend is still there. Sometimes that's all it takes to turn an ordinary backyard into a place filled with extraordinary love.
Milo, come inside. Milo, come inside.